Aloha! Welcome to dropping in at Pipeline Audio number 101, and this one is Holy Crap, I Have a Fender. Let's see, it's a bunch of stuff. First thing is FIR Comp, F-I-R Comp. I see a bunch of people raving about this thing. I haven't installed it yet, but it says a free compressor with perfect curves. And it's described as ultra clean peak compressor limiter with the punchy attack, musical release, and optional look ahead smoothing for tracks or buses, zero low latency and low CPU, warm distortion at extreme settings. And it says there's a V2 coming soon. I see a 64-bit VST3 for Windows, 64-bit VST3 for Mac, and 64-bit audio units formats for these. And let's see, there's a quick edition version. I'm not really sure what it does. It has a additional compression ratios of 1.2 and 1.5. and an additional 100 hertz sidechain high-pass filter option. Now, I haven't, like I said, I haven't run these myself yet, but I do see a lot of people talking about it. So, FIR Comp, and you should be able to find that on Google. The website itself says johnvaudio.com. And he says to follow his Twitter for updates and info on new releases. So you know what? I'm gonna do that if it lets me. I'm clicking on it. Yep, there we go. Twitter. So follow. That's kind of interesting. So there's that. And you know, I keep saying it, and I sound like a broken record, but you pedal guys are nuts. I'm seeing this King of Tone, some pedal thing. There's an Analog Man used for $885. You know, you could buy a Helix for this. You could do every effect you can think of. I know, you know, pedals are magic and they can make sounds that a multi-effects unit never can, blah, 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 blah. Probably going to have to prove that one. You know, I wouldn't be too surprised if there was some screwball pedal that you really couldn't emulate. But, man, $885 used, $900 used. You guys are crazy. Yeah, I would just buy a some kind of multi-effects unit, not try and chain together 4 billion pedals. You guys are all nuts. Man, and you know, speaking of, you know, used, we've been talking for a while how this year, you know, stock is out. There's barely anything. And Reverb and eBay are kind of nuts right now. Like, their used prices are barely off of new. Like, let's say I'm gonna go look for a guitar, for instance. So you get a guitar. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's see, a solid body. Let's just see ESPs, and we'll just go to used, just used. Oh wow. $3,500 Eclipse used. Wow, okay. Yeah, man, all these guitars are like $3,000. What in the world is going on here? For used guitars, get out of here. You guys are nuts. Wow. Yeah, it's just absolutely kooky what guitars. But I keep seeing like Squiers, like they're 400, like this Squier bass. I actually got a Fender product. As much as I tend not to like the Fender stuff, there was at the local music store here, there was a 5-string Fender bass for cheap, and it's actually pretty good, man. So far anyway, and it'll do what I need it to do. List new, they're like $400, and they wanted $360 or something on Reverb for used ones. I mean, it's just crazy. Guys, prices are nuts. At Plug-in Alliance, there is an Ampeg SVT VR Classic, I think made by Brainworks, that you can actually get for free as long as you download the plugin manager, you know, it's like, you know how like Kenny Gioia was saying, Kenny Gioia, like he was saying, you have to enter an ecosystem in order to use a plugin. Like you got to download their plugin installer. IK Multimedia has been notorious for this with Amplitude for forever. But at least that was like one product. I guess it makes sense on there. But so many of these, you got to download the plugin manager and the plugin installer and all this nonsense. And that's what you would have to do for this one. I kind of don't want to do that to my computer, so I haven't installed that. So here I am talking about 2 plugins that I haven't installed. But I figure some of you guys might already have the Plugin Alliance stuff, or you know, this SVT may be that big of a draw for you to go grab it. So go check out on Plugin Alliance. There was a promo code. I'm sure you'll find the promo code. Sorry about that. I actually forgot where I put it. But you know, Kenny's right, man. This joining these giant ecosystems in order to get a plug out is crazy. And Waves, you know, that's one of the ones I can think of. Just barf. Okay. What bass plugins are you guys using? I'm using Bias Effects, and I think I found a pretty good setting. You know, I'm not thrilled that I know it's real that these compressor pedals don't have threshold controls or metering, but you know, in the virtual world, let's have threshold controls and metering, please. So I've been using Bias Effects. It seems okay. The free version of Amplitude 5, I wasn't really finding something I liked. I'm sure, you know, I do own the Audio Assault stuff. I'm sure Revolver has something cool. But I don't like that USB copy thing. It's I keep losing it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to know what you guys are using. Maybe you're using this thing. I'd like a real zingy bass, you know, where you can actually hear some highs. And so, you know, if you got some ideas, let me know. Oh, and some crazy SJWs got GS, you know, the page to change their name. But, you know, their news place has been nothing but an echo chamber for SJWs anyway. The music business forum over there is just a joke. You know, it's still a good website. You know, I haven't been saying the name of it because of you know, the chilling effect. But you know, I didn't know that they were going to change too, so it's kind of sad. Okay, I know you guys got to be sick of the Reaper users group drama on Facebook, but you know, it just keeps going, and it should never have been like this. This is I'm fighting for the soul of Reaper on Facebook. I actually have a separate Reaper users group. It's called Evidence-Based Audio Engineering and Education and Reaper Refuge, and you should be able to find that if you want. It's got an auto join, but you know, we're not going to have this thing where you tell people to Google stuff. They're there to ask you for a reason, because Google probably didn't have what they needed. And man, the amount of snarky Dunning-Kruger idiots that they just boldly make bald assertions with nothing to back it up. They just spout stuff like it's the truth, like they know it, and they don't. And then they're always attacking people. It's just dumb. So somebody dared to ask what hits were made in Reaper. You know, off the top of my head, you know, so much game stuff like Rock Band and Guitar Hero and, you know, whatever, that crazy Call of Duty thing, where we got to see those projects. Oh man, those were crazy. It's a perfectly good question. There's nothing wrong with asking this question. You guys attacking people for asking a question like that, you suck. You know, this is my baby, and I'm not upset about it. You know, I'd like to know, are there hits? You know, people were naming Tycho and all this other stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I'd like to know. What's wrong with asking that question? Why are you guys such bullies and just idiots? You know, and so, of course, Tidy locked the thread. And then he ran some lame apologetics in another thread about how, you know, they don't want to hear that they're not doing enough moderating or whatever. And then said something like, you know, let us know if the posts get off topic or whatever. Just delete the off topic crap and warn people to stop derailing threads. This is what happens to my threads. And you know, of course, Tidy locks or deletes those as well. So, you know, I think it's time for some moderation change over there. And you can't just blame it all on Kenny. Kenny's busy, man. And the guy who actually started that page, he's really busy. So let's just get rid of the bad mods, put in a good one. That was a perfectly good question. There was no reason to lock that thread. You could have gotten rid of the idiots. Okay. Universal Audio's got a bunch of new pedals. So there's like $400. One of the quotes was when these things came up, I like how expensive they are. Really gives it that authentic UA sound. $400. You like I said, I just said earlier, you pedal guys are nuts. Just go buy a good multi-effects pedal. These actually look like analog pedals, so they might be some cool stuff. Who knows? But I'll tell you what. I don't want to have to wait an hour again while you idiots set up 400 noisy, crappy pedals just to play 3 songs at a open jam thing. Go buy a Pod Go or something, you know. And then I see this Boss. Oh, geez. A Boss BCB 1000 deluxe pedal board and case for $411. You know, it's just another one of these crazy pedal boards, man. It's just, you got to put together a bunch of noisy old pedals and you get one setting out of each. I tell you, just go buy a Helix or a Pod Go or something. Or, you know, I'm sure there's something good out there. Axe Effects on the floor or something. Don't they have that? Or what's the one everybody talks to? The Kemper? Does the Kemper have a floor one? Sheesh. Waves NX Nashville. This is interesting. Like, I guess it models a control room so you can hear what it's supposed to sound like in that control room on your headphones. I actually like this kind of technology. You know, who knows if this is going to be any good. Somebody just released, I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago, where the guy put out a bunch of headphone profiles and flattening files and things at the Reaper forum. You know, what was I tried that Sonar Works, what was the other one? Tone Boosters had one. These things are neat. I don't know. You know, I think you see people mixing in their headphones, so it must work. But, you know, maybe I'll just get different headphones. But it's interesting stuff. I don't know. I don't tend to like the wave stuff, but it's interesting. I wonder if you took the time to get used to it, I bet you'd do perfectly fine with this stuff. Lots of claims about audience stuff. You keep seeing on forums, you know, people always ask what interface to get. You know, I actually, you know, have that page that's a audio interface round trip latency chart, you know, that's real easy to use. And then instead of anything else, people just baldly state, hey, get the audience. It's so much superior. Is it really? It's using the same drivers as everybody else. And when you claim the mic preamps and all that stuff are better, back it up. I never see you guys actually back up what's better about these mic preamps. You say it is, but you don't actually say what's better about it. You don't, I don't know what's a better noise, less distortion, because those cheap Behringers are pretty damn good. At least the ones on the XR18 were. And I'm sure they could be better. You know, you could be way better to have the Audient one, but you know, don't just say they're better and then not ever back it up. I never see you guys back it up, so that's all I'm saying. Oh, okay. So there's a black line interface. I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but kind of crazy, man. Got RCA outs, and I'm almost positive they're Thessicon drivers. Remember last week we learned that that's how, at least that's how Vin and those guys at Dawbench pronounce it, is Thessicon. You know, Blackline made a lot of claims about upgrades and stuff, and you know, we talked a couple times on here about how hard it is to get word clocked, and you know, it used to be such a cheap thing, but now that everybody's making magical claims about clocks, it's really hard to get them. And I think they have like a 3 output word clock for $300. And I think they've made some crazy claims before. I'm not positive if that was them, but this thing looks like, maybe it's good. It's got RCAs on the outputs as far as I can tell. So who knows, man. Sorry about that. Still nothing back from Auto-Tune on ARA support in Reaper. They did answer me back on a technical issue, but nothing back on ARA. Using Auto-Tune the way it is, and I don't know that ARA would actually help this, but it's still running into the same problems it had 20 years ago. Octave jumping and some of the other just messing up in general on the that sort of thing, like where you're one time it'll play through fine, the next time it'll play through and jump an octave or make some distorted noise, and then you play it again, it's fine, then you go to render it and then there's the noise, and it's just really inconsistent, and I don't think we should still be jumping octaves after all this time. None of the other graphical tuners really seem to do this, Melodyne doesn't, Waves Tune doesn't. I didn't really get that much of a chance with Revoice, but I don't think it would either. Oh, yeah, with the new guitar, I have a new guitar with an EMG 81.7 and an 85.7. And I was noticing that it was like 4 to 6 decibels quieter than my 707s. And again, with those bald assertions, everybody said that 707s were just 85s in a 7-string configuration. First of all, it's not true. But I believed it because I heard it from everybody. But I posted it around places, and you got the usual nonsense. But I gave EMG a call, and they told me that the 85, the 81's gonna be quieter than the 707, and so is the 85.7. Said they're much bigger magnets in the 707s. And I wasn't too sure, but yeah, he said that what I found about the levels were about what they expected. So there you go. 85.7s and 707s are not the same thing. So I was thinking I was going to put blackouts in one of my guitars, and I don't know what I was going to do with those EMGs, but now I'm like, well, hell, it's a different pickup, so I want the 707. It's its own flavor, and I really like them actually. So, who knows? I thought I really wanted an 81. I got an 81 now. I'm not sure, but I like it. I like them both. I like everything. So let me shut up about that. But yeah, just more that 85.7 and 707 being the same thing. No, more people spouting bald assertions that they just don't know, and no evidence to back it up. Okay, I went to Guitar World to check out their NAMM 2021 coverage, and it's a funny thing that guitar players, for so many guitar players, they're just so stuck in the 50s or whatever. And if I mixed your albums so that it sounded like it was in the 50s, you'd be all mad at me. But you think you want these old 50s guitars or whatever crap. Whereas bass players tend to, at least more of them, tend to embrace technology, without getting all freaked out and some fallacious appeal to antiquity. With the Guitar World page, of course, they have a bunch of like traditional looking guitars, of course. I mean, no super surprise there, right? But the basses, man, there is a, now I just got a bass, I'm kind of bummed, but I'm sure this thing's, for all I know, it could be vaporware, and I'm never going to see it anyway. But yeah, this beautiful looking, where is it? It's called Spectre's NS Dimension and Ethos bass lines, and one of them has like almost an oil slick color. I know, I'm crazy for oil slick. It was 2 fan fret basses and one just regular. I think it's a 5-string. I'm not positive. Maybe it's a 4th-string. But, man, really pretty. Looks like a high-tech bass PJ pickup set. Oh, yes. Okay, I do, I was kind of screwy. I should have just, I don't know why I bought this bass the way it was. I'm just dumb. I probably should have gone to Guitar Center and got something else. But I got a set of EMG PJX, brand new in a box. And I need a template, routing template. I think that it's a different size than the regular P bass size routing template. I'm not positive, but I think it is. I think I can just fit the J pickup or whatever the long rectangle one is. I think I can just fit that in, so I don't have to fight it. I can put it in the existing hole, but the other pickup I need a routing thing for. So if anybody knows where I can get a routing template like that, the split bass pickup, let me know. Yeah, I should have just bought a bass that had like a PJ set. I'm just a dummy, but I really like this bass. It feels good. I may not even change the pickups. It's actually, you know what? I don't even know that it's a 5-string EMG set. See, now this is how crazy I am. I think it's actually a 4-string set. Oh man, I'm a dummy. Yeah, that would have been bad. I would have just thrown a wrong pickups. So it's got the Music Man style humbucker. I don't think that there's an EMG that you can stick in there, unless if there is, let me know actually. Yeah, if somebody knows, please tell me. It's a 5-string. It's got the Music Man size, and actually the pickup's probably okay, but I think I'd feel a little bit more confident with an EMG. Let me know. Well, that's weird. I totally didn't think about that. I wonder if that PJX that I have would actually fit a 5-string, or if I need a separate 5-string one. Okay, well, good thing I was talking through it, because I could have really just screwed up. Anyways, yeah, this Guitar World site, if you're looking at it, there's so many. It's just a regular tabloid clickbait ads on their site. Like, it's absolutely terrible, man. Like, man who predicted 2020 crash 45 days early issues next major warning. The Israeli-made face mask everyone is talking about in the U.S. Just the regular clickbait garbage ads that you see on the mainstream media stuff that pretends not to be tabloids. Terrible. Oh yeah, and they got some new Black Star stuff, but I think we talked about that before. Black Star, at least in their digital amps, they did some really strange choices with their I/O and where they placed their signal paths and how their audio interface worked to make it almost unusable. I hope they fix that. Okay, and have you guys got any bass impulses with tweeters? Every time I ask that, somebody slags me online. No, it's not the same thing as not running an impulse at all. Tweeters have sounds just like speakers do. So, yeah, if you know of good bass impulse responses with tweeters, let me know. And I know this one's late, and I know this one's short, but that's really all I got for today. I'm wiped out, so I'll talk to you later.